Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ifia, and on this channel I create plant-based friendly West African dishes recipes. Over the last few videos I've been doing a whole series about West African essentials, but we're taking a mini break. I got a lot of requests for pantry staples, so I thought I would use the next few videos to kind of interject. My husband and I are moving out of my current apartment, and so I have a lot of pantry things that I need to eat. I have things that I accumulated from testing my cookbook recipes. I have things that I've been hoarding for a few months, so all of that needs to get eaten. So I'm going to show you how I prep my meals for the week to make use of the things in my pantry and my freezer. So this is my pantry so far. I am very proud of myself because I have actually done a really good job downsizing. We have a little bit of porridge that I've been recipe testing. I roasted some pistachios and turned them into a peanut butter. I have my bambara beans, raw peanuts, some nuts and seeds, cashews, tiger nuts, some grains, beans at the back, and then at the top is some of my sister's stuff. So she has some pasta and stuff I'm not going to be touching. I have beans, flour, some the popcorn I don't think is ours, and that is this side of the pan. In the cards I filmed one I think a year or two ago, and it's pretty much the same thing. And this is where my spices live. So at the bottom here is going to be a bunch of spices. I'm slowly using them up, and then at the top we have palm cream and another palm cream, so I will be focusing on those for this week's video. And then up here I have a whole bunch of teas that I need to use up, and I have some moringa and nettle and like a little bit like small loose leaf teas in there, so I'm going to be making some drinks using those. These are my sister's baking stuff and some coffee that we'll be using. And this is our freezer. We got these paratas. I have some legumes that I need to use up. And we like, chapati, we like having these. And then I have some tortilla wraps, so we'll be using that to make some wraps. And that is our freezer. It's full, but I will be able to find ways to use it. And I have a whole bunch of cassava that I need to use, so we'll figure out what to do with it. So these, sorry for the look of my freezer. So I've gone through my pantry. I have an idea of what I'm going to be making. We'll be making some tubani because I have some I have some beans flour that I need to use up. I'll be making some palm nut soup. I have some kale in the freezer, and then we'll be doing 4 different swallows. Omutu, fufu, gari fufu. I have some yams in the freezer. I might use that to make yam fufu. In concor, which is a millet porridge type thing with some soy curls that I have. And then I will make some teff chocolate chip cookies because I have some leftover teff here. So I think that's where we're going to go. Things might change throughout the week, so I will update you as I cook along. Oh, one more thing. I will be making some lemonade. So before I go, I'm gonna just steep a bunch of peppermint tea in some water. So that's what we'll do. Peppermint tea. We have a bunch of bags in here, so we'll steep a lot of them, and that's that. Lemon goes with a lot of flavors, so making herbal lemonade drinks, yeah, that's a very good way to use up some leftover tea. I think that's going to be my summer drinks for sure. I am back from a full day of work, so I am drinking my peppermint lemonade. Oh, this was such a good call. Mm. Such a good call. I have these leftovers, and I'm using this. My soup is ready. I'm letting it settle so I can get as much oil as I can, because look at how much oil I've already separated. This is about a cup. Just from this can. I've already discussed palm oil in my other videos, so I'll link that in the cards. I'm going to put this aside in the fridge, and there's a little bit of water from the soup that will settle at the bottom. What I will do is that tomorrow I can just scoop out the oil, add the liquid back in here, and then I can cook this down a little bit to evaporate as much oil as possible. And I have my own seasoned palm oil at home. It's taste. I've sampled some of the soup already. It's delicious. For dinner, we are having some umutu and palm nut soup. I had some brown purple rice that I needed to use up, so that's what I used to make the umutu. I have details on how to make this linked above, and also the soup, so all recipes will be in the description box below. Typically I'll use my hands, but I can't be bothered, so I'm using a spoon today. For umutu, is a bit acceptable because it's rice. As for fufu, it's too soft for using a spoon. So you see, I feel bad because I'm making recipes that are in my cookbook, and I'm not sure I can share them with you, but I also need to eat my pantry, and these are the first things that come up in my mind. Also, the reason why I make these is that I like the opportunity as I'm cooking to test some of the recipes in my book, just to make sure that what I wrote was actually correct, because I will have some time or the opportunities to edit based on what my editors have said, and if something is off, there's still time to change it. So we're going to be making some tubani, and it's basically beans flour that's steamed into like a cake. It's really, really, really good to travel with. It's very, very simple, very, very filling. It's obviously just beans, and then I'm going to top it with some shito. So a brand sent me this 233 sauce, 233 flavors. They sent me the vegan shito, and I'm out of chili oil because typically, if you've already seen my shea butter video, it's usually onions cooked in shea butter that's topped on top. But this is going to also be a very good way to start using up things in my pantry. So we're going to be using this, and I'm going to show you how I make it. It's very, 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 very simple. So, yep. for lunch, I'm packing this in with some onions, peppers, and yaji pepper. I didn't go with the shito. It was too spicy for me, and like I can handle spice, and I don't know. Anyway, so this is going aside, and then the protein smoothie with some moringa powder because I need to use more moringa because I need to get my iron up. So trying to find ways to sneak more iron into my food. So that's my smoothie. Let me explain what is going on. So here we have our makeshift concor, and concor is a millet peanut porridge that you find in Upper East Ghana. We needed to use up some stuff in the pantry, so I added some mung beans in here so I can clean up my pantry. It adds more protein and fiber. For seasoning, I'm already proud of myself because my seasoning cabinet used to be really full, but I've gotten rid of some stuff. I used this mushroom seasoning from Trader Joe's. I bought from the US a while ago. I tested some all-purpose seasoning some time ago. Used some of that. My friend gave me some berbere spice from Eritrea. Used some of that. And then I had some last bits of the Sankofa natural spices. Used some of that. And then I used some better than bouillon, and that's what I used to season this. I did not show the process because this will be a cookbook recipe. I find that I gravitate to northern Ghanaian dishes when I'm trying to clean out my pantry. So this is our concor done. To go on top of the concor, I have some soy curls. So these are the Onga soy curls I brought with me from Ghana. I love them. I love the concept, but I don't think I'll be purchasing as much anymore because it's pre-seasoned, and I think I like soy curls without the seasoning. It is cheap, so I think that's the benefit of that. But I also get some from the Indian store, and that does the job just well. And then for some vegetables and greens, I air fried some broccoli that I had in the fridge. It's nice and crispy, so that's what we'll be eating with everything. So this is the dinner. I think this is his and this is hers. I really like how they came out. I'm very happy, very excited to enjoy this. Today I am feeling creative. I have this heart of palm that I purchased because I wanted to make some vegan fish cakes. My husband's mother is Bayesian, and fish cakes is a thing that they eat a lot. So I've been hoping to try a vegan version, but we're going to use the stuff that I have in my pantry, which is a fair bit, to help recreate-ish fish cakes. Yeah, so I have this heart of palm that I've opened. I think I will mix it with some of the Omni tuna that I have to enhance the fishy flavor. I also have MSG and nori sheets, or a mushroom nori powder, that I will include into the mix to just enhance the flavors. I'll see what I have in my fridge, and then we'll go from there. Heart of palm has been chopped, roughly chopped. Some of this my umami salt, just a bit of MSG, pinch in there. I had this nori mushroom powder mix I made a long time ago, so I'm gonna add some of that in there. Okay, now I'm going to add in my flour, baking powder, and plant-based milk. We'll make our fritter. I really hope this works out. I'm just winging a bunch of it, so if you're Asian, please don't come for me. Definitely tastes like fish. So the omni tuna is doing all the heavy lifting. Let me measure this part at least. Okay, let's start with half a cup. I think I need more. What I've been told and what I'm seeing is that potatoes, some people add potatoes to their fish cakes, and it seems like a more older way to make fish cakes, or a lot of the Asians who live abroad or outside of Barbados, you see a lot more of them using potatoes. I don't have any potatoes. I could have used cassava, honestly, but I am not in the mood to be cooking too much. Okay, now we'll add our plant-based milk. Then I will season again, about half a teaspoon. I'm going to add more Old Bay because flour tends to dilute flavors. And for the plant-based milk, I'll add about half a cup. So I definitely need more. It has to be a wet batter. Okay, this is our batter. Let's fry it up. So here is what our no fish cakes look like. I am trying to resist because I actually sampled one and it was so good. Here are my cakes. Let's give it a try. I'm gonna try this one. Okay, it's very good. I've already tried it, so I know it's good. This with some hot sauce. I have an idea. Oh, okay, let me put this aside. So remember the shito from earlier this week? I cooked down my last tomato, added some of the shito, added a tiny bit of the palm oil I took from the palm nut soup, and then my sister had this like Chinese fermented soybean paste. So I mixed it in there. And now we have something like this. I know the Bajans love their hot sauces, so I'm very proud of my combination. It is nowhere close to traditional whatsoever, but I'm very proud of myself. And my lemonade. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. Hello everyone and happy Sunday. It's been a week since I started sharing eating out of my pantry, and I've had some successes and I've had some failures. I was going to end the video yesterday, but I feel like I haven't been consistent, so I thought I would extend the video. So today I usually have a video go up on YouTube, but I don't have the time. We're coming to meal prep for the week. Last week I made palm nut soup, stuff like that. There is still some palm nut soup left, but I'm going to make some jollof rice. Last week I shared the shito that I got. I also got a jollof base, so I'm going to use this. And then I'm going to make some crusted tofu with some cornflakes. I mean, not cornflakes, cornflakes breadcrumbs. So these have been here for a while. I also have the everything but bagel sesame. So what I would do is I'll mix these together and I'll use that to crust the tofu. Then I have this, my husband brought with him some chia flaxseed mix, and I'm going to use that to make some chia seed pudding. I also bought some frozen fruits from Walmart. I have some left of this, so I'll just keep this on the side. And that's, oh, we have some hemp seeds. So I'm excited with how all of this is looking. So I'm gonna open this jar, and then we can try the jollof together, the stew together. There's a lot of oil, probably because as a preservative. So I'm going to pour the oil out, and then we'll taste the stew base. This is basically a seasoned oil. Okay, get rid of all of that. Yeah, so much oil. But guys, the oil is there for a reason. It's a preservative to make sure that they can keep this out. Let's taste this to see what kind of work I need to do. So let me look at the instructions. Our signature jollof stew is flavorful and a mouth-watering delight. Blah, 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 blah. Ingredients: no meat. Scan for easy instructions and how-to video. Cooks 4 cups of rice. Okay, let's taste this. Tastes like the shito. Yeah, it's pretty nice. They have tomatoes, vegetable oil, onions, red peppers, garlic, sea salt, Montreal style spices, curry powder, ginger, nutmeg, smoked paprika, fennel seeds, seasoned salt, star anise, bay leaves. Very typical Ghanaian spices. So let's try and make this into a jollof rice. I'm going to follow the instructions and I will report back. So for the jollof, I mixed it. I checked the QR code and followed the instructions. I did zhuzh it up a little. I added some more seasoning, and they gave some recommendations for salt, so I included that. I'm going to cover it with parchment paper and let it cook. What is really nice about these type of products is that it makes the jollof process very easy. I will report back how I feel about the flavor and everything else. So we are knee deep into some meal prepping for our drinks. Just like last week, I am making a herbal tea lemonade. I have some loose leaf peppermint, as well as some tea flowers that I bought a while ago that I don't remember. So that's steeping. And then I'm going to make a lavender syrup. So I've unfortunately been spending too much money at Starbucks, which I should not be doing. And they have a latte that uses lavender powder. So I have some lavender here. Instead of grinding it into a powder, I'm gonna turn it into a syrup. And I'm starting to get real desperate. So we have some powdered sugar. I don't have regular sugar, so that's what I'm going to use to make the syrup. So wish me luck. So, thank you all so much for hanging out with me this week. It has been a very long week, but we have made some progress with my pantry. So, up here is looking a lot more empty. We have definitely used up some flowers in there. The spices, work in progress, but up here is looking really empty. So I'm very happy about that. Again, the fish is not for me. And that's that. So thank you all so much for watching. If you've reached this far, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.